Yeah, so there you are. Coach Nora's number one chef. Obviously, she's the biggest Copa Queens captain. There you are. Keep, like the president said, and that's Priscilla Katoba there joining forces with the new captain of the Copa Queens ship.
Let me pay tribute to the immediate past coach for the Copa Queens, Mr. Bruce Mwape, and his technical bench for their contribution to the growth of the women's game. In 2018, we took a bold step to reorganize our women's national team technical bench, and we tasked them to qualify to the Africa Cup of Nations, where we had only qualified once and had yet to win a match. Our message to the bench at the time was also to target the qualification to the Olympics and the World Cup in the 6-year span. In 2018, 2022, and 2024, we were able to qualify to the Africa Cup for women, including winning bronze in 2022 in Morocco. In addition, we qualified back-to-back to the Olympics in 2020 and 2024 in Tokyo and Paris, respectively, and took Zambia to its maiden FIFA World Cup in 2023 in Australia and New Zealand. After this season, it was time to set new targets and reinvigorate the team with fresher challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, looking at where we've come from and where we are now, there was consensus among football minds and indeed the executive that we needed to reinvigorate the energy in the team and steer a new course. It is not uncommon in football for teams to reinvigorate themselves, which is exactly what we are doing for our Copa Queens. We have since appointed Coach Nora with clear targets that she should take the team to the next level. One of the targets that we've set is that we need to win the Women's Africa Cup of Nations coming up in July, and also make sure that we qualify for the 2026 edition, which will be a qualifier for the 2027 FIFA World Cup. We've also tasked the new technical bench to qualify us to the 2028 Olympics. Beyond the Copa Queens assignment, we will expect that the new coach will keep tabs on the various junior national teams that have talent knocking on the senior team. We've also attached some local coaches to the new technical bench to ensure that there is continuous knowledge transfer, as it remains our long-term goal to have local coaches handle all our national teams. We are mindful that to get to that point where we have all local benches, we have to empower them with training and indeed capacity building. We are already sending many of our local coaches for advanced training like the CAF and CAF Pro licenses. In this respect, we've identified training programs for Mr. Bruce Mwape, and we will be sending him to Morocco to pursue the CAF Pro course, and he will also be reassigned to other assignments within FAS. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish to thank our patron, His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, for his continued support towards the Zambian game. Through his leadership, we've seen the desire to expand the Memorandum of Understanding between FAS and the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Art to include women's football. We believe that part of the bold step to appoint an expatriate coach for the Copa Queens is motivated by the fervent atmosphere created by his government. Congratulate Coach Nora and invite the rest of the nation to support her as she embarks on this new journey. Welcome to Zambia, and may God guide you on this journey. I thank you.
Zambia Kuchalo. Yeah? I learned it means Zambia to the world or so. Yeah. I already learned the first words. And to my name, it's, you can just call me Coach Nora. That's the easiest way. I'm used to my surname Häuptle. Häuptle, it's not so easy. It's a Swiss name with the dots on it. So, but Coach Nora is fine. Well, hello everybody. It's a pleasure to meet you. I had a very warm welcome in Zambia. I arrived yesterday. It's not the first time that I have touched down in Zambia. I was here in February, as you might remember. I don't have so good memories than you have about it. No, we just, Barbara killed me in the 97th minute in Dola. But it's a pleasure to be announced as head coach of the Copper Queens. I would like to speak out my thank to President, GS, Vice President, all the committee members who are here to give me the trust. It was always a wish for me to take over this team because there's so much fantastic players, there's so much potential I see in this team, and of course I know the expectations are very high. The team already reached the bronze medal, and it's of course our objective to go and top this result. Furthermore, we want to qualify for the big tournaments, be back at the World Cup, Olympics, and pass their group stage. But we also need to know that these are objective result-wise. We need to ensure that we do the right development steps. Results are not just falling from the sky. It's important that we have a lot of preparation game, that we invest also in our youth teams with the Under-17 World Cup. So I'm very curious to take over the work, and I will ensure that I give my all in. And I think you're going to ask me again in a year, and then we see where we are. I'm aware of the expectation. For me, it's not even that I just say I want to win. For me, it's to influence the performance. That's my approach. So I need to know, like we discussed now, which screws we need to bring it on the pitch. We need to create a playing idea, working on our principles, working on our values. How do we want to act? How do we want to being recognized as team? You know, these are for me all like performance indicators on which we need to work. And when we do this work properly, it will end up in good results sooner or later. It's very easy just to announce, yes, we want to win a tournament or we want to have, but we need to know how we get there. And this is going for me over the work on the performance indicators. When you reach certain heights, pressure, it's your breakfast, I always say. You need to be able to deal with it. I think the development steps from the teams are very good visible. But now it's also, when you are into the big tournaments, it's about how can you beat the top 20 nations, and you want to do it regularly. So this is a bit the focus we're going to have. What can we do to improve our strengths even more? Because we have some big strengths which leaded us already to the tournaments, like transitions. But we need to make it even more better, you know, and also try to raise a little bit some areas where we maybe have been a bit weak in the last years. So that's a bit the approach where we want to go in. So it's, for me, it's a privilege and an honor. I already had a call with Barbara Banda. We chatted this week already twice. But there are also other talents, Rachel, you know, and so for me it's to getting to know them person-wise also. I think it's like a good wedding, the team and me, because we are all, you know, on the run to the top. We are all very hungry, and we are all very much willing to develop. And when I speak with the captain, Barbara, then I also feel this hunger. You know, she got now top scorer in one of the best league of the world in the USA, but she still has this hunger, you know, she's still young, and we want to reach together new heights. And for me, this is the perfect wedding we go in, the team and me, because we are all on the same stage. We want to reach in this top flight, and we are willing to invest and work hard. And beside, I had the feeling that it's also a good human. For me, it's important that I work with humans with good values, which we can share, that we are humble, and so I had a good feeling about this too. I mean, I come out of a development country, Switzerland. It's not very big, so I'm used to work with all the players we have, you know, because we never had the mass of talents. So it's important for me also to have in the beginning a screening over the whole system. So I'm gonna already watch a lot of games. I heard you joined me, President, soon on the weekend. And then secondly, it's also I take over the technical advisor over the youth teams. And for me, when we bring them to the under 17, under 20 World Cup, this experience will lift them also and makes it much easier to step into the senior team. For me, a player needs to have a big strength. You know, I'm not somebody who is looking too much on the weaknesses. When I watch a player, I want to see what is really special, and this you need to bring repeatedly on the pitch. That means a lot of playing minutes, and then there is another human skill which I demand in my staff, from my players, from myself, and it's the will to develop, because I believe every human, every player is able to develop when you really invest hard work into it. But you need to have this mindset. That's for me key. Otherwise, it's very difficult to work, with somebody. So these are some basic demands I have to the players. In our discussion with the leaders, I'm encouraged to have enough preparation games. I told you I work on key performance indicators, on the performance. So we need to test it in friendly games. You know, otherwise it's very difficult to develop a team towards a tournament. In February, it's previewed that we play a tournament here at home, because we want to invite all the Zambians, to participate. I'm curious of the crowd, of the atmosphere. So it's important to stay home in February. And then we try to go on a tournament in April, where we are in negotiations at the moment. Then there's end of May, a period where we are also discussing now what we're going to do, and then it's the preparation for the WAFCON. But we are setting a clear roadmap that we ensure in July we will be ready.